Hello? Hello, hello? Hi, Desandra, Demarian. I'm glad you caught it too. I'm the sauce. Oh, thank you. How's everybody doing on this sexy Monday? I'm doing amazing. How are you, Simran? Huh? How about you? Thank you, Limitless Queen Batch. I'm in the middle of coaching calls, so I have literally 28 minutes before my next call, and I figured why not come on and say hello? Yeah? Haven't caught me on YouTube lately, but you got your SP! Yes! Yes! Well done, Kristen. Well done. And that's probably BBL for anybody else manifesting a specific person. You were just there, BBL. Thank you for coming back and sharing that with me, by the way. Thank you so much. I'm so happy for you. Well done. You did it. You manifested it. I hope you are proud of yourself. I'm proud of you. Well done. We had a live stream on YouTube yesterday that we had the pleasure of one of my channel members coming back and sharing their success story. My channel members, I'm just saying, they always have success stories. And this one is my favorite because this person, I won't stop talking about it, right? I talked about it friggin' on that live stream yesterday. I'm still talking about it because it excites me. And I think it's motivation for anybody else out there manifesting a specific person that you're afraid that you're not going to be able to manifest them. Yeah. Or if you had the unfortunate experience like this channel member did, she was flat out told by a manifestation coach, and I don't care. I'm calling it out. I'm saying it. She was flat out told to give up. To give up on that specific person because she didn't manifest it in 90 days. In 90 days. Like any one of us knows when something's going to manifest. And I don't care. Yes, am I exuding a little negative energy on that? I am. Because I think it's gross. Okay? We should never discourage people from manifesting their heart's desires. Okay? So just because she didn't manifest it in the time frame that this coach believed she should have. She told her to give up, and she had receipts to back that up. I'm going to say that. Okay? She had the receipts to back that up. That was said to her. Well, anyways, thank God she didn't want to give up on her manifestation because she came to me and we had a chit chat. She joined my channel membership, and her getting her manifestation has nothing to do with me. Meaning I'm not taking credit for her manifestation. Okay? It's a success story. Yes, it's not mine. It's hers. She manifested it, but I'm so proud and happy for her. So long story short, she came to me. We chatted. I told her, don't you dare give up. Don't you dare. If you really want this specific person, if you really want this relationship with this person, don't you dare give up. I don't care what the 3D is saying to you. I don't care. I don't care if the person is saying, bitch, I never want to be with you ever again. I'm moving to Spain. Right? I'm moving to Spain, never coming back. I don't care. That's not a circumstance to give up on. No way. So anyway, she took my advice. She pushed through. Listen, it's not like she felt perfect all the time. She had plenty of days with doubts. I mean, like real doubts, just like the rest of us, right? We all have our moments where we've got doubtful thoughts coming in. Maybe the 3D is, making us feel like it's never going to work, blah, blah, blah. She had all that too, okay? But she stuck to it. And guess what? Not only is she now engaged to her person, they are literally, as we are speaking, planning the actual wedding, which is upcoming. So can I just say, don't you dare give up on whatever it is you're manifesting. Don't give up. The only reason why you should ever give up on a manifestation is if you're like, I don't think I want this anymore. I think I changed my mind. I'm picking something else. If it's your own inner choice, not because you're afraid that you can't do it. See what I'm saying? I get it if you change your mind like, yeah, I don't think I'm really into that specific person anymore. I think I want somebody else. That's okay. Change your mind then. But don't do it because somebody else tells you you haven't manifested it in time, so give up. That's friggin' poppycock. So anyways, well done. I'm very happy. Oh, you're invited to my wedding with my SP Kim. Thank you very much, and I shall come. Okay, I shall come. Feel free to invite me. Yeah, never give up. Please, never give up. All right, you're seeing what? You're seeing SP at work more than normal. A BBL? It's BBL. It's your SP. So you're seeing your actual physical SP more at work? Honey, that's not a BBL. That's movement. That's movement. A friend of my SP started to be so close to me. Whoa. A friend of my SP start to be so close to me. My SP is jealous, but I don't know if I want my SP or his friend. You know what? We had somebody with almost the same circumstance on, I think it was my last TikTok live. So don't pick. Instead, decide to be the version of you that's in what you want. Meaning, if you want a loving, fulfilling, committed relationship, decide to be that version of yourself and then pick from there. See who shows up the best. If you don't want to pick yourself, right? You see what I'm saying? Allow them both to come in and make your choice later. But you can still be focusing on the you that's in a relationship. If that's what you're wanting, I mean. I was recently cheated on and I'm trying to get through it, but it's been very hard. I need some advice. Well, Cameron, first of all, I know that must have been really painful. It's never fun to be cheated on. That's heartbreaking, especially if you really loved this person. So first of all, don't force yourself to be in a damn good mood when you're not feeling like being in a damn good mood. Okay? Don't. Be easy on yourself. If this person is someone that you want to manifest, if you want that relationship back, let's take a look at, okay, how did this manifest? Not from a place of blaming and shaming yourself, but how did it manifest? Did we have beliefs that were unfavorable? Like, did we feel not good enough? Did we feel like you're not lucky in love, right? You want to take a look authentically at what you were really believing about yourself and what you were believing about specific person, because what you believe about your specific person matters, right? If we have a belief that SP doesn't want to settle down, they don't want to be in a committed relationship, or, you know, they're a player, things like that, they got to go. Those kind of beliefs, they got to go. It really does matter what you believe about your SP, right? It's kind of like a cocktail. I like to call it like a Long Island iced tea cocktail. It's a mixture of your beliefs. They're all in the cocktail, and we swirl them around and go from there. So what you're believing about SP matters, what you believe about yourself when it comes to love, relationships, all that. And decide differently. Decide you're the version of self that doesn't have limiting beliefs and no longer holds stories regarding your specific person. And you'll manifest them back if that's what you want. If you want to move on to new love, you can do that too. It's the same idea. We drop our limiting beliefs around love and relationships. And when I say decide to be the version of you that has no limiting beliefs around whatever it is you're manifesting, or no limiting beliefs in any category, right? When I say decide, all I mean is use the technique that you enjoy doing. So if you like affirming, okay, you're going to start affirming. I'm the version of myself that has whatever the hell she wants. I'm the version of self that has no limiting beliefs around love, around relationships, right? I know we have this idea that we got to deep dive into what we're thinking or believing. And really, if you've already taken the deep dive once you started your manifestation journey, it's really not a necessity to keep doing that, because you're going to keep finding shit, right? We stay in a placement of thinking something's wrong with us, that there's more to fix, well, then there's gonna be more to fix. So you don't wanna stay in that mindset, you know, because that's a version of self too. There's infinite versions. So if you've already done that, don't overthink it, make a new decision. If you find that you're making your new decision, and when I say that, I mean new self. If you know that you're already doing that, and you feel like your 3D isn't reflecting the way it should, number one, let's not be overthinking the 3D. Let's give everything the meaning that everything is leading you to your manifestation. Even if it's the opposite of what you want, it's still leading you to your end, right? But if you're really, really concerned that there's something more, well, then that's when you ask yourself, why don't I have it? Why isn't it here? Why is my manifestation not here yet? And listen to what your ego tells you. And then there's your answer, like what it is, what belief is there. But simply telling yourself that you are the version of self that has no limiting beliefs, blah, 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 is enough. I know it doesn't always feel that way, but it is. It's my poop. But, you know, be easy on yourself. You just had your heart broke, you know? Kim, I remember you said that every day you choose to be the new version of yourself. Is it becoming what? More natural and easy with time? 100% yes. Yes. You're welcome, Cameron. Any of you just joining, just letting you know, I'm here live in between coaching calls. So I got another coaching call at 3. So I got to get off like a minute or two before then. So I could be before my call. Not that you guys wanted that detail. I'm just saying. All right. What if you don't feel or see pictures when deciding? No big deal. Doesn't matter. I know that here's another belief we can, squash today. In this community, we hear all the time about feelings. You got to feel it real. Feel yourself into the wish fulfilled. Feel like new self. Is it always a requirement to have the feelings? It's not. Thank you, Isabella. No, it's not. Don't overthink the feelings. They will come naturally. So, in other words, we'll use me as the example. When I was implementing my easy way of manifesting, which is making a fucking decision, when I was doing it, when I was telling myself every day that I am new self, number one, I had already defined what new self means to me. And from there, okay, so now imagine I'm doing this every day. There were days where I didn't feel anything. If anything, there were days where I felt nowhere near new self. I felt miserable. I felt like I was stuck in a state, right? Thank you, Alexandria. So there were days, that I didn't get feelings at all. Don't worry about it. I still continued to do it. And then there were days where I felt freaking on top of the world. It felt amazing. And I felt like I was really becoming new self. But I didn't have that feeling every single day. See what I'm saying? Don't put the pressure on yourself that you have to have this feeling. Now, when it comes to embodiment, if that's the technique you're using, well, yeah, you're embodying. So the idea is to actually embody it. So have a feeling. But if that's not who you are, if you don't resonate with embodiment, resonate with what you enjoy. If you love to affirm, then affirm. If you love to visualize, visualize. I am not a natural visualizer. So from my perspective, when I first started this journey, it seemed like I didn't get pictures, right? But really, we're thinking in pictures all the time. We are. It just doesn't necessarily compute that way for all of us. So if you're not getting a picture, don't stress it. Don't stress it. When you think thoughts, what is it for you in your mind? Are you thinking that you're thinking in words? You're really not, but that might be what it appears like for you. That's okay. You've been manifesting that way your whole life. Don't overthink it. I know that especially when we're newer, we get so concerned with making sure that we're following word for word whatever person you're watching says in the video, right? You want to follow them like with structure. And I think that's where the message gets jumbled, right? Because we want to copy what everyone else is doing, but at the same time, if we're not resonating with it, our mind is probably wandering off to other things like, shit, I need to do the dishes. I need to fold the laundry, right? You want to pick a technique that allows you to really get into your imagination. And mind you, when I say see, I don't always see a picture, right? I'm not a natural visualizer, but it's like seeing yourself as new self. in your imagination, like a child would, but not with pressure. Like, oh my God, I don't see a picture. It's not going to work. If you're able to talk, then you can choose a thought. You can see yourself as new self. You might not actually see a visual, but your mind still goes to a mental picture of what new self is. And it might be fleeting, like a flash. That's okay. If you're able to think, you're able to manifest, period. Passionately Taylor Marie, hello, girl. Feel like I haven't seen you in a million trillion years. I love you so much. I'm glad you're doing great. That makes me so happy. So happy. Everybody should go follow her YouTube, Passionately Taylor Marie, okay? She's fucking amazing. I love her. I'm not even new to this, but all I keep hearing is you have to feel. Yeah. If that feels overwhelming, don't stress it. I know that's easy for me to say, like, don't stress it, but I mean it, don't stress it. Let me say this. If I was to tell you that you need to come up with an idea of what you're wearing to school or work tomorrow, you need to figure out what you're wearing, but you can't go up to your closet. You can't go into your dressers. You can't go anywhere and actually go see the clothes physically in the 3D. But you need to come up with an idea and let me know right now what it is you think you're going to wear tomorrow. I'm sure something popped in your mind of what your closet looks like, or maybe a favorite outfit, right? See, it's kind of the same idea with manifesting. Don't try to force yourself to see anything if that's not who you are, but an image pops up anyway. We're thinking in pictures. But yes, I know, we feel all over the place. And sometimes it's just for, I think, a lack of ingenuity, a lack of coming up with your own way of describing what manifesting is, so you hear the same terminology over and over and over again. He's so obsessed and in love. I love you, girl. He already fake proposed to you? Love it. Manifested marriage with SP Kim, now manifesting weight loss and money. Oh my God, I'm so happy for you. Look at all these SP success stories we're getting lately. I love it. I get so excited. You know automatically when you show up and take the few seconds to share what you've manifested, you are, without even meaning to, you are a BBL for someone else's manifestation. Look how that orchestration is. Without you even being aware of it, you take in those few seconds, you were placed in the unfolding for other people's manifestation, and you didn't even know it. See how wonderful things get orchestrated when we're taking the time to worry about the how? Such a waste of time. The orchestration had already began. Do you see what I'm saying? It already began. You literally have nothing to worry about. I know we have our moments where the 3D feels very real. It feels very real, very permanent, sometimes scary. But when you take a step back and think about things throughout your life, things that you had been worried about and then they worked out in the end, things really do always work out for us, even if we've had bad experiences in life. If you're here communicating with me right now, I know there's got to be at least one example in your life where you were worried about something and then it eventually worked out before you knew about manifestation. Now you're aware. Now you're awake that all I got to do is shift my awareness, shift my focus, right? Put it in a new place in consciousness, deciding to be the you that has your manifestation. We're breaking the habit of being old self, but shit is always working out for us, always. What if that's the belief, fear of failure? Then we need to address that. We need to decide that's no longer true for us. I used to have a belief that you could not, or someone could not be successful or happy in every single area of life. I believed that everyone had to have an area of life that just sucked tits for them. That sucked. That sucked. You know, on top of the other limiting beliefs I had about myself individually, right? But I believe that I also had a belief that if you had a good childhood, then you're going to have a shitty adulthood. That just had to be the way it was. You couldn't have a good adulthood. Not if you had a good childhood. Because God just doesn't allow fair things like that. That would be unfair. I don't even know where that one came from. It's not like anybody in my family had that belief. I came up with that one on my own. That was dumb. But anyway, you start telling yourself that, you know, the opposite of what that belief is. So I'm trying to think how I would word it if the fear of failure was mine. I love being the version of self that knows no matter what I experience, it's leading me to my outcome, and I know that I am meant for happiness. I am meant for success. So where does that fear come from? It doesn't come from who you really are. So that fear, when you really think about it, doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. So I'm the version of myself that sees that my fears don't exist. Now, why am I wording it like that? Because think about it. Most of the things we believe are from simple conditioning, layers of ignorance. And as you rise in consciousness, what happens? The layers get peeled away. They get peeled away. So I'm the version of self who feels safe and secure to be successful and happy and joyful in every single area of life. I love getting whatever I want. I love that I'm getting whatever I want. I love that I'm the version of self that no longer fears failure. Kim, is it okay to think SP is my boyfriend, but not fully believe it, but assume it's unfolding? Yes, of course it is. Most people don't believe what they're affirming or visualizing or scripting initially. That's normal. So yes, for sure. How do I release the waiting of being single? What do you mean by that? What do you mean waiting of being single? Does that mean you're single right now and you're no longer enjoying that? Or are you wanting to be single? Which one? You said yes, but waiting for a relationship, I would think. That's what I think too, but let me know. Which one is it? Yes, wildfire at heart. Yes, I am. I'm going to save it. Yeah. Yes, not enjoying being single. Okay. So first of all, stop telling yourself that you're waiting to not be single anymore. Okay. We're just going to stop allowing ourselves to even verbalize that, type that, script that. Okay. I am now the version of myself in the most loving, fulfilling, committed relationship. That's who I am. When the thought comes up that is the opposite of that, let's say a thought comes up like, you're going to be single the rest of your life, bitch. You're never going to be in a relationship. Nope. That thought is one of the infinite possibilities. That thought does belong to a version of myself somewhere in another reality, but that's not who I am now. That's not who I am now. I'm new self. And if I'm new self, I know that whatever's happening in my 3D is unfolding to my exact wonderful, fulfilling, committed relationship. So if I know that's the decision I'm making, I'm deciding to be new self. So that fearful thought is not a match to who I'm deciding to be. So that can't be a truth. Nothing is a truth, even facts, even the facts we think we see and experience in the 3D are not truth. The only truth is what we are deciding in imagination. So if I'm deciding to be the version of myself that is in a loving, fulfilling, committed relationship, therefore not single, The fear of being single has no power over me because I'm the God of my reality. I make the decision of who I am. And the minute I make that decision, the unfolding began. The orchestration was already taken care of, right? Because creation's finished. So the orchestration of how I get into that relationship, already taken care of. That was done a long time ago, literally. You're just finally putting into your awareness that you want the relationship. And if you are the I am, if you are the God of your reality or the universe, whatever you believe in, higher power, source energy, moonbeams, if you're it, and you're always ever choosing a version of self, you decide to be a version of yourself every single day, whether you are consciously aware of it or not. And if you're making the decision to be the version of yourself in a relationship, then absolutely nothing or no one can get in the way of that. Absolutely nothing, no one in this 3D world can stop you from being in a relationship. There's no point being afraid of being single. There's no point. You're not waiting to not be single. You're watching the unfolding to you not being single. Okay? So on this note, now I gotta go because I got 2 minutes to my column. I gotta pee. Really quick, can I change toxic best friends? Yeah. First of all, we gotta stop calling them toxic. Okay? Remember, based off who we're being, this is how we're choosing how people show up for us. So if we have a belief that people are fucking toxic, if we have a belief that our friends are toxic, if we think that's a possibility for us, meaning if we believe about ourselves that it's possible that someone can come into our reality and treat us from a, like a toxic perspective, well, then that's what we're experiencing. So from this point on, you are the version of self who only has loving, respectful, kind friends or best friends. You only allow someone to have that best friend title if they're treating you like a damn king or queen. And that's all you experience now, people who treat you like you are a king or a queen. That's who you are. But if the picture of your friend pops in your mind and your go-to is just saying, oh my God, she's so fucking toxic. Nope. Not anymore. She's not. That's not the version of her you're selecting. You're choosing to see a new version of her. Okay? And you do have that ability with choice, just saying. All right. So on this note, I must go and get on my call. I love you all. Thank you so much for being here with me. I'll be back live. Do I believe in thought transmissions? Well, yeah. Come on. We're all one in consciousness. Every time you think about your specific person, they think of you based on the context of what you're thinking. Or if you're afraid they're never going to come back, that's the way they're thinking. Bitch, I ain't never going back to that girl or guy. If you're saying to yourself, oh my God, they're so obsessed with me, they love me so much, then that's what they're thinking. Oh my God, I'm still in love with her. I'm still in love with him, whatever. Thought transmission is only possible because we're connected in one consciousness. Okay? All right, I better go. I love you all. Have a splendid